Hello, I'm Carsten Rossenhövel, CTO and co-founder of EANTC, the European Advanced Networking Test Center. We're an independent lab based in Berlin, Germany, and I'm really proud that we have helped to coordinate this interoperability event, which you can see behind me. It's a massive undertaking which we are conducting annually at the occasion of the upper side MPLS, SDN and AI World Congress. And this year, 14 vendors participated. How long did it take to set it up? Either it's one day, because we did set it up on Monday this week, everything trucked here, or you can say it's 2 weeks of very intense testing with 80 engineers from the 14 participating vendors in our own lab in Berlin, Germany. Or you can say 5 months of preparation with all the calls and the test plan discussions and the in-depth documentation planning that is needed to stage such a complex event successfully. So this year we have 6 test areas, the usual ones, but also with a lot of innovations that is maybe unexpected. So we've tested segment routing, SR-MPLS, we've tested SRv6, obviously, EVPN over all of these segment routing options. We've tested clock synchronization, and in general, we've covered many innovations that are not entirely new areas, but that are really helping to close gaps in operational efficiency, close gaps in monitoring, close gaps in awareness of the quality of the network. So just to give you some highlights, in the EVPN section, we focused on weighted multipath procedures, including even EVPN multi-homing and broadcast support, which are quite advanced issues. It's great to close that gap. We've seen preference-based designated forwarder election, which is not only algorithmic-based, and a lot of improvements, especially on multi-homing and on other access-based areas. In segment routing v6, unreachable prefix announcement and route summarization were the stars of the show, which really helps to reduce the out-of-service time in case of convergence or in case of unreachable prefixes. And of course, as always, we've seen a ton of tests of layer 3, layer 2 VPN services over SRv6, just to remind ourselves that these are still working, including with the new vendors. We had 9 vendors participating in SRv6 this time, which was a record so far. On the SR-MPLS side, there was a tremendous amount of testing of flexible algorithms, not only with the established constraints, but also with new constraints that have not been validated before. And also a testing of SR-MPLS multicast, the so-called BIR, bit index explicit replication protocol. On the NetConf and SDN side, we've seen an uptake, especially in the multi-vendor full mesh testing between the different controllers and routers. So everything's progressing there, particularly on telemetry and on the discovery and visualization of traffic engineering, flexible algorithms, etc. Of course, there's much more work to be done, but we're pretty forward-looking to that. And finally, time synchronization, really advanced area. We've seen O-RAN testing, we've seen a lot of boundary clock class D chain testing, and we've particularly also noticed the port monitoring tests which allow operators for the first time to inspect the quality of the clocking inside the network without having to connect specific test equipment. So with that, I think we've seen a lot of innovation in a very mature environment. We look forward to doing more management tests in the future, to do more intent-based routing, AI involvement, and also to test more towards energy-efficient networks. So we're really happy to conclude this project thanks to the massive effort from the vendors and their trust. And we're excited to contribute to the acceleration of innovations in the telecommunications industry. With that, I'd like to point you to the white paper, 64 pages of in-depth content, transparent enough to even reproduce the test if you feel like it. And we'll also gradually publish the recordings and the slides from the live demo tours that have been conducted this week. Thank you very much.
Welcome to 2030, where Network as a Service has revolutionized the way we do business. With NaaS, businesses can scale their network on demand, ensuring they always have the speed and capacity needed without hefty upfront costs. Gone are the days of managing cumbersome and disjointed network hardware. Everything is built to work together, and transparently managed behind the scenes. From retail to manufacturing, businesses enjoy enhanced connectivity that allows them to serve customers faster and innovate continuously. Scaling has never been easier, leading to higher productivity and cost efficiency. With built-in advanced security features, automatic updates, and AI management, Network as a Service is the backbone of business operations. Which networking companies led the transition? What's common in their success strategies? Join our 2024 NaaS showcases and download our reports.